Australia Pro Poker. Each week we go to a local venue and bring you the final table and feature the local players. And this week I'm excited, folks. This is the first of our teams event. We're back at the Sunnybank Bowls Club where it all started. And why am I excited? Because we are going to give away to a lucky team today $5,000. The first time I've been able to tell you a cash prize on television. Did you hear that? $5,000 for the winning team. So we won't delay them anymore. Players, are you ready to go? Yeah. Then put on your poker faces and prepare for battle. Shuffle up and deal. Now, as you know, I like to come to these tournaments and get round and speak to the locals. But today I got someone special to talk to. Do you remember a couple of weeks ago I spoke to Amanda and she said she had a deaf player, a hearing impaired player in her team? Well, that hearing impaired player is Scott. Scott, how are you? Welcome to the show. Now, this is Gary. I don't sign, so Gary's going to sign for me while we have a talk to Scott. Scott, how often do you play cards? Do you play a lot of cards?
A lot, he said.
A lot.
3, 4, 5 times a week.
Now, I know I should be asking him what the team he's in, but I've got something that's far more interesting. I have heard that you have been to New Zealand to play. You have been to America to play. What can you tell me that was special about the American game?
A little bit different. It's always different. I think I spoke to you earlier that the sign language is a little different.
Yes.
But it is still a community thing. These guys get around, they interact with each other on computer and everything all over the world. So,
yeah. America, the tournament you played over there, was that a hearing impaired tournament? Did I hear before that?
Yes, all the people that played in this tournament were deaf people from obviously
Isn't that
America.
marvellous? This is great. Is it difficult for you to come and play these tournaments where you can't hear what the tournament directors are saying? And
Better with the deaf, or you like playing?
And I play both.
He plays both and he enjoys both. He obviously just enjoys playing cards like we all do, I guess. So.
Well, that is the big thing. Look, Scott, hearing impaired player, I'm just fascinated by this because I thought it would be so difficult for him to play the games and hear the chips calls, but he has no trouble. He's been to America, he's been to New Zealand. The whole idea of this is if you're sitting at home watching this thinking, oh, I can't play cards, yes, you can. Come on down to Australian Pro Poker venues and play cards with us. And maybe you'll get to go on a table against Scott. And I'll tell you what, he'll probably beat you too. Scott, thank you very much. Gary, thank you for your help.
Sorry.
No
Thank
worries.
you.
Oh, what a samozzle that was. But look, we're going to go and see who else we can find. Teams event. I want to find some teams to interview. Well, I know I said I was going to try and get a team for us, but as you can see from the crowd in the background, I can't get 4 people in one place to talk to me. But I did manage to grab Sam. Sam, how are you?
Good, thanks.
Welcome to Australian Pro Poker.
Cheers.
What team are you in?
I'm in a team called We Love Poker.
Oh, what a great name for a poker team.
I didn't pick it, trust me.
So where do you come from, Sam?
I live in Darra.
Yeah, and where else do you play at?
I play at Jindalee Hotel, Durack, Mount Omni.
So you get around a fair bit.
Yeah, I do.
Now, we're on third break. What's your chip stack?
It's about 150,000.
Yeah, not bad for this stage of the game.
Not too bad.
Could be better, but not bad.
It'll always be better.
Sam, I want to ask you, what do you think of this teams event idea we're trying to put together?
I think it's a great idea.
Are you hearing any murmurs amongst the players? Can you give me any gossip?
No gossip. It's not even. It's like you guys aren't even here. I mean, people are concentrating.
So no one's worried about all the cameras and all that?
Nah.
Oh, that's absolutely marvellous. Now, before I spoke to Scott, who was hearing impaired, and Sam is walking impaired? No, Sam's in a wheelchair. And what I want to say to you is it doesn't really matter whether you're disabled or you're a trench digger or you're a doctor or a lawyer. Everybody plays poker. So come on down to Australian Pro Poker Games, join the family and have some fun. All right, Sam, thank you very much.
Thanks, buddy.
You know, I was really hoping to get a lot more teams into this, but no one will talk to me in a group. Now, I'm starting to wonder if it's my deodorant or if they're just shy. Okay, viewers, get ready for a big game. And of course, I'd like to introduce my co-host, Carly. How are you? Welcome again.
Oh, Frank, I am excited about this game.
This is outstanding, isn't it? I mean, 140-something players.
Look how many eager poker players we have fighting it out.
For $5,000. That's what I'm excited about. I can say an amount.
Cold, hard cash.
Plus, don't forget that the winner and the first and second also get a cash prize, as well as the teams get a cash prize.
It's just fantastic. It is just such fantastic. Look at this.
Well, I think we're just about ready to go, so let's introduce our players. We have Chris from Royal Sampler with a chip count of 1.52 million.
Oh, nice. Go, Chris.
Now, he's a TD from around the place. I've seen him before.
He surely is. Okay, in seat 2 we have Graham.
Called Gary for some reason, from
And
Go Gold team on the
Gold.
Gold Coast, with a chip count of 750k.
All right. And so then we've got Michael in seat 3, and he's from the Chesters.
With a chip count of 2.3 million. Chip leader.
Seat 4, we have Caleb
Now,
from
he's-
the family.
Yeah, I've not seen him, but he's a nice young bloke.
He's a lovely guy from Ipswich. He's a fantastic young guy.
Then we have Gary from Team Domination in seat 5 with a chip count of 900k.
Gary is the first TD I ever played a game for. It was a long time ago.
And next up we have Wendy, a member of the Boon Baby team, friend of Fiona's I believe, in seat 6 with a chip count of 430k.
Oh, it's getting exciting, Frank.
It's going to be great.
Okay, and then we've got in seat 7 we've got Amanda from Go Gold, and she's got 620,000.
Very, very good. These people have done so well to get to final table.
Sure have. Okay, and we've got Trevor, also from Go Gold, and he's in seat 8 with 1.6 million in chips.
That means that this particular game, we have Clayton from Chosen Few with a chip count of 1.54 million. If what I've read is correct, we've got 3 players from from Go Gold
Wow, that's exciting, Frank.
on final table. That gives them an
wow.
advantage. All right, here we go. We're underway. First hand of the final table.
It's just riveting.
Oh, look, I've had so much fun today talking to the players, following the game. I can't wait to get back in and start playing with these guys.
No, I think tonight's going to be pretty exciting. Pretty exciting, Frank.
All right, first up we've got Caleb with King 3.
60,000 to call, so blinds at the moment are 30,000, 60,000.
And he's going to King 3. First hand, no, fold it, I think.
Out of position, he's folding that, definitely. We're around to Gary.
9-4, not even a question. He's folded. Wendy with Ace Jack.
Oh, she's definitely going to play this, I'd say. Definitely going to play this.
Yes, but will she just call or will she raise?
No, I'd say
There's
she's
not
going
a
to
lot
raise.
of chips there.
I'd say she's going to raise. That looks...
Yeah, it's hard to tell with the pink chips. The pink chips are
Surely
worth
is. Yeah,
10,000.
no, she's raised to 180,000. So 3 times the big blind.
Oh, but look what Amanda's got the very next player.
Oh, pocket ladies. And she's definitely called the 180,000, hasn't she?
Absolutely, and Trevor, I should say, sorry, with King Queen.
Ooh,
180 to
offsuit.
call.
He's pondering it. He's thinking, oh, what do I do here? He's got a stack of 1.6 million, but he's going to fold that. Oh, Clayton's waking up with ace 10 offsuit.
He's going to call this. I have no doubt that he'll call this.
1.5 mil behind him. Of course he's going to call, I'd say. Or maybe he's going to raise.
Well, I got to tell you, I'd be very tempted to raise. I may not be the best poker player in the world, but that's what I would do.
Oh, look, he's really having to think about it here, and he's thinking, all right, he's gone all in. He's gone all in for 1.5 mil.
Well, I said raise. I wasn't sure about all in, but...
Yep. And we're around to Chris, and Chris has got Jack 9 offsuit. So this is his tournament life on the line for Chris if he makes this call.
No, he won't call
Yeah,
that.
he folds. Chris is a very good player, I think.
Yeah, well, he's a TD from down the Gold Coast way, I've seen him.
He surely is. And Gary with Queen 3, and he's folded his.
Hey, now, I've just seen a whole stack of queens come out and get folded. I don't think Amanda's got any more queens left in the deck.
No, yeah, maybe not. I'd say not. So She's got no outs.
Ah. But having said that, there's 3 aces also showing, which means there's only 1 ace left in the
Oh,
deck.
ace 10 has folded. Michael has folded. So,
Still being very conservative.
yep. So around to Wendy, who's got ace jack offsuit. So it's all in for her to call.
I think she's only got 250k left behind her, so, gee.
And she started the betting, so
Yep.
she's going to finish it, really, isn't she?
Yep.
And so Amanda with her pocket queens, and she's going to go all in as well.
Yeah, there was no doubt. There was no doubt she'd put all her chips out with those ladies' cards.
No, wow. Wow, so we have
This is going to be
3
a great
all-ins.
flop. This is going to be an
3
outstanding flop.
all-ins. So realistically, no matter what happens, Clayton will actually survive this because he has more chips than anyone else.
Yes, but will Amanda double up? Or
Yeah.
triple up, I should say.
That's it. So we're now seeing the cards. Ace Jack versus Pocket Queens versus Ace 10. And we know we've seen 1 ace that's already been folded.
Yep.
So there would be 1 ace left in the deck. So we've got 10, 2, 4 is the flop.
Clayton must be spewing.
7 and a
And
5.
five,
So
so-
the Pocket Queens hold.
Amanda takes it all. 2.7 million.
Wow, that's a massive pot.
For the
Massive
first hand,
pot.
that's outstanding.
And we lost Wendy. So Frank, you better get off and running.
Okay, I'll
See
be
you
back.
back shortly.
That leaderboard looks a bit big to read. Maybe the viewers can just read it. I'll be back in a minute. We've just lost our first player from final table. This is Wendy from Team Boom Baby. Wendy, did you have a great day?
I did.
You've done well to get to final table. There's a lot of stiff competition today.
Yes.
It's been a real hard game, hasn't it?
Yes.
So what happened to you just then?
Oh, I just thought I had a good hand.
Didn't work out
Someone
that way?
had a better hand.
All right, no worries. Thank you very much for talking to me. Back to final table.
And viewers, we are back for more fun on the felt.
What a lovely lady Wendy was.
It's such a shame. First hand on final and you're out.
Yeah, it worked so hard to get here.
It is tough. It is tough to beat that many people. First
All
hand.
right, let's see how we go. Gary opens up with ace 8.
Ace 8 off and he's folded. It's my hand, Gary. That's
Amanda, 10-5. Look, she's still stacking the chips. She'll fold this.
Yep, and so around to Trevor with 8-4 offsuit. 60,000 for Trevor to call. He's got 1.6 million behind him. I'd say he's going to fold
Yeah,
this
that's
hand.
got to be folding cards.
Yeah, that's an easy fold.
Clayton with Queen Jack. He'll call, but will he raise?
Offsuit, I'd say they're the sort of hands that you want to see a flop with.
Well, absolutely, absolutely.
And he's made the call.
Just a nice, simple 60,000k
Yeah,
call.
just 2 chips, really, isn't it?
Well, yeah, it's not hard. I went to tell viewers before, the pink chips are worth 10,000 and the blue chips are worth 50,000.
50,000, yeah. And we've got Chris, who's got pocket 3s, and he's called the 60,000. And we're around to Michael, who's got King 6 offsuit, and he's folded his small blind.
Mr. Conservative says, I'm not playing.
Yep.
Caleb, 9-5. He'd have to get out.
Well, he's big blind, so he's just going to check here.
Oh,
He's
okay,
going to
yes, you're
check
quite
here
correct.
and see 3 cards for free, really, isn't he?
Yeah.
229.
Oh, Caleb's hit that 9.
So he's actually in front right now.
And here I am saying he's going to fold.
Yep, and he's gonna act first, and he's gonna make a bet. I'd say he's hit top pair, and he's bet 120,000. So 2 times the blind. That's a pretty good bet.
Yeah, lets the other people know he's got something.
Yep, Clayton's folded, and Chris has folded.
Well, gee, how's that, hey? I thought Caleb wasn't going to be in the hand, and he ended up taking the hand down.
Any 2 cards can win, and if you're big blind and it's not raised, you're never going to fold that. You're
No.
always going to check it down, see a couple of free cards, see if your hand can improve.
I love this game, but it's so confusing sometimes.
Oh, look, I think even the pros get confused sometimes, let me tell you.
Well, there's an American commentator who makes the comment, moments to learn and a lifetime to master. What an excellent comment it is.
Very true, very true. All right, so we're back to another hand, and we've got Amanda that's got Queen 3 suited, and she's folded.
Trevor with his pocket 5s, 60 to call.
Little pockets are coming up a little bit, aren't they?
Yeah.
We had pocket 3s last hand, and now we've got pocket 5s. So I'd say he looks like he's going to raise here.
He's certainly thinking about it. He's certainly thinking about it. You notice how, since we brought the TV cameras in, the players are taking much, much longer to make a decision.
Do you think they want more airtime? Is that what you're trying to say? They're all searching for their 5 minutes of fame. Now, Trevor's actually gone all in.
Wow, 1.6 million on pocket fives.
Oh, Clayton's got big slick, ace king. And it's all in for him to call because he's got 860,000 behind him. So
Oh, gee. I mean, this is the time to make the move, isn't it?
there aren't many players that fold ace king.
No, you're quite correct. There's not many. But like you say, there's superstition all the way through this game. And Clayton, I don't know enough about him to know if he is superstitious.
And there's a lot more players to act. If you were heads up, you know, like it's a tough decision here. Do you put your team, because you're not just playing for yourself here, although it is individual, you're playing for your team. Do you want those points for your team? So, you know, it's a different game, this 5,000.
But he's called it all in.
He's called all in for 860,000. We're around to Chris. Chris got ace 7 suited and he's quickly folded that. Gary's got 10-2 and he's folded off suit.
Michael folded Queen Jack.
And we're around to Caleb, who's got 8-7 off suit. So connectors, but not suited.
Small blind.
But it's still all in for him to call. So
He's folded. Gary, another 8-7. 840k. I assume he'd fold.
yeah, he's definitely folded that. So it will be heads up. Pocket fives versus ace king.
Oh, it's going to be interesting, isn't it?
Surely will. So Trevor actually has more chips, so he will still survive this no matter what happens in this hand. But Clayton's tournament life is on the line right now.
Well, he could easily double up.
Ace king versus pocket fives. So Trevor is slightly in front. And the flop. Oh, wow! Wow!
Oh, Clayton.
Oh, two pair versus trips.
Oh, no.
Wow.
Oh, look, Clayton would just be absolutely heartbroken by that.
Wow. So Clayton's out and
Yeah, I'm
you better
gone.
take off.
Quick, read the leaderboard.
Okay, Trevor's in first with 2.6 mil, Michael 2.2, Amanda 1.8, Chris 1.5, Caleb 1 mil, Gary 840, and Gary 720.
And another one bites the dust. We've just lost Clayton. Clayton, what's the team you play for?
Chosen for you, buddy.
Mate, did you have a good day playing?
Pretty much, man.
So what happened there just then?
Ace kings, all in, pocket fives.
Oh, makes it damn hard, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So will we see you back at Australian Pro Poker?
Possibly.
Possibly. Thank you very much for playing and thank you for being in our team's event.
Cheers, buddy.
Back to final table.
All right, well, welcome back, Frank.
Yes, well, what can I say? Once again, I'm on the run.
It's hard being you sometimes, obviously.
I'm not sure that anyone else would want to be me. I'm not sure I want to be me. This is turning into a very confusing conversation, Carly.
It surely is. Let's get back to the action.
All right, well, we've got Trevor. Now, what's Trevor's cards? Please, Mr. Editor, show us his cards. There we go. Ace 4 for Trevor, 60,000 to call.
Off suit. Now, Trevor's got 2.6 million behind him, so he's got a very good stack. What does he do here? Ace rag? What would you do, Frank?
Ace rag, I'd fold it, but then I don't like ace rag.
Really?
And I don't like 13, cards that are up to 13. I'm a superstitious player.
Fair enough. And he's called?
Yeah,
He's called
60,000.
60,000.
Okay. Chris, I assume, is going to fold his 3-2. Gary will fold his 6-3. Michael, 10-5 will fold. Caleb, 9-2, 60k to call. I think he'll fold.
And around to the other Gary with Queen King offsuit. He's a small blind. He's going to call the 30,000. And we're around to big blind with 5-2. Now she's just going to check and see a flop.
Absolutely. Free cards.
That's it. Let's see if your hand improves. So 3 Jack 6.
Now, Amanda's looking not great, but, you know, a 4 wouldn't hurt her at all.
4, and she's very happy there. So everyone's checked. Sweet. Everyone gets a free card, which doesn't happen very often on the final table.
And as it shouldn't, you know. I mean, it's final table. You want to play, you got to pay. You want
That's
to see
it.
my cards,
Yep.
put your chips on the table.
Gary's made a stab at it. If Gary catches a 10 on the river, he gets straight as well. So
I don't think we're going to see a river.
Amanda folds,
There you go.
and Trevor folds too. So Gary takes down that pot with You know, a gutty.
Well, really, I think he took it down with just, let's have a go at it.
That's exactly right. And sometimes that's how you win pots. You might not have anything, but you have to represent that you've got something.
I tell you, I think I've learnt more about playing this game since we started doing this television show than I did in the years beforehand when I used to play. You get to watch people's game much more closely and see what people are doing.
Sure, well, you get to see the cards and see what they'll do, as opposed to when you're an opponent, you don't get to see what their cards. You've got to think what they have. So it's a really good opportunity to watch what's happening, learn some tells. All right, enough of my chatting. Let's get back to the action.
Okay, Gary with his Jack 9 has 60k to call, 7-2 for Caleb. He will fold. 8-3 for Gary with a stack of 960k.
And he's folded.
He'll fold.
So pocket fives have surfaced again.
Again? Didn't we just have that in the last hand?
2 hands ago, but yep, it's called the 60,000. We're around to Trevor, who's got 6-4 off suited.
Small blind, 30k. I assume he will call.
2.4 mil, yeah, I'd say you'd call. No, he's folded. He's folded.
See, I can't tell you what these players are going to do.
Yeah, and then we're around to Chris with King 4, and he's in the big blind position. So he's either going to check or bet here. So he's just looking at his cards one more time. He's checked. All right, and the flop is Jack 2-2.
Okay, Gary's got a piece of that. And what's he going to do?
So Chris has checked. It's around to Gary, who's got 2 pairs, Jacks and 2s with a 9, and he's going to take a stab. He's going to bet. So he's bet 120,000.
I'm assuming Amanda's going to look at that Jack and go, no, look, I'll fold my 5s.
I think she's going to hold on and she's going to see another card.
She is too.
She is.
See, this is why you get to travel to Las Vegas and play, and I play in pubs in Brisbane.
Oh, look.
Oh, gee, I don't know. I saw that 5 at the top of the screen and thought she'd hit, but she hasn't.
No? Okay, and so now Gary's got 3 pair. Actually, you can't have 3 pairs, so he's only got 2 pair.
Yeah.
Oh, yep. And Gary takes that pot down with Jacks and 9s.
Only a little pot, 450k, but at this stage of the game, 450k is good value.
That's it. That's it.
Hey, listen, while they're getting set up for the next hand, viewers, don't forget to go to Facebook and like us on Facebook. The way we find out how many people are watching the show and whether you, the viewer, enjoy the show is if you tell us. So go to Facebook page, our Australian Pro Poker Facebook page, and like us on Facebook.
It is a fantastic Facebook page. A lot of information, a lot of players comment, talk about when games. There's little stories about games up there. You'll be able to see the story from the 5,000 tournament, see the winning photos.
Well, the fact that people can go there, and whether they like us or hate us, they get to have their say.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. All right, let's get back to the action. So, we've got Michael, who's called with Ace 9 off suited. Caleb's got Jack 8 suited, and he's called the 60,000.
And Gary with Queen 7 suited.
He's folded.
Amanda, Ace 4.
Yep, so what's Amanda going to do here? Offsuit, she's going to call the 60,000. Around to Trevor with 8-3 offsuit. 60,000 a call with 8-3. You're not going to make this call.
No.
No way you're going to make this call.
But, and this is where the acting for this comes in, where they don't fold
They
immediately.
hesitate, they hesitate.
I'm really fighting whether or not to
That's
fold
it.
these
The
cards.
Academy Award goes to. All right, so we've got Gary with Jack 6, and he's checked, and Chris is called with 8-9 offsuit.
5 players. This is a big hand, 5 players in the hand.
Surely is. So we've got Chris, who's hit the 9. Gary's got a flush draw happening. Michael's hit the 9 with the ace kicker. It's going to be interesting. So Chris is checked. It's now over to Gary, who's got the flush draw. Now he's going to take a stab at this and bet 120,000.
Michael with his 9, he'll stay in.
He's going to call. Definitely going to call this with an ace kicker. So Caleb folds.
He's out of the way, and I assume Amanda's going to get out of the way.
Yep, Amanda folds, and round to Chris with his 9, and he's
He's
folded.
Well. I actually half expected Chris to play that 9. I'm a little surprised.
Actually, he obviously knew he was behind. Okay, so Gary's hit the jack. Still has a flush draw.
So now he's got top pair and the flush draw, and Michael's only got a pair of 9s.
Yep, so Michael will need to catch an ace or a 9. Not the ace of hearts, however, because that would actually give Gary a flush draw. And
5
it's a
of
5.
diamonds.
Yep.
Well, I'm afraid that leaves it all to Gary.
Yep, so Gary will, depending on how the bets are played now, what they're going to do. Will Michael try and steal it? No, Gary's checked, and it's around to Michael. What's Michael going to do here? Is he going to try and take a stab at this pot? Does he think his 9's good? 2 overcards, and he's going to take a stab. He's going
See
to
how
bet.
gently he pushed that out then?
Yeah.
He was really not quite sure. Michael and his dad are such good players, but they are so conservative.
Yep, he bet 250,000, and so 250,000. And so, does Gary think his jack's good here?
No,
And he folds.
he's believed he had the queen.
So Michael has won that pot.
Well done,
He
Michael.
has bluffed that pot. Look at the body language. He's like,
Okay, stick with us, folks. We'll be right back to continue with Australian Pro Poker.
welcome back, viewers.
More action on the felt, as you would say, Carly.
So we've only lost one so far, Frank.
And it seems, actually, we've lost 2, but
Oh,
it seems
my bad,
like
my
we've
bad,
been
sorry.
going forever.
Has players are a little bit tight tonight.
Absolutely, absolutely. $5,000 on up for
What a
grabs.
stake. All right, so Caleb's folded his 7-2 offsuit around to Gary with King 9 suited, and his folded as well.
Amanda has got Ace 3, 60,000 to call. It's an ace.
It is an ace, and she's going to play.
Yep.
And so around to Trevor with 4-3 offsuited. This should be an easy fold, I'd say.
Well, you would think so, but look, I've been wrong so many times in the past.
That's it. He's thinking about it, but he hasn't been playing many hands. Sometimes you just want to play a hand, so he's folded. Around to Chris with Ace 3 suited.
Now, exactly the same cards as Amanda, and it's interesting as to how long he thought about that for. I mean, he had those chips ready to go out.
It's true. It's true. So, and it's around. So 10-7 has folded as well.
Chris raised at the 160k, so Amanda will get out of the way.
No, Amanda called the 100,000.
Oh, she did too.
So it's Ace 3 versus Ace 3. All right. So
Nobody's got anything.
no, and it's a rainbow board, so it's not.
Runner for nobody?
No,
There's nothing there.
there's nothing that can actually.
And they're betting.
Yeah, so it is going to be a split pot no matter what happens, because no one can actually catch a flush draw. Or a flush, actually. Because no one's got a club.
Look at that. They're both of them got. Of course, they don't. We know they've got the same cards, but they don't know. There's nothing on the board for them to play, and both players are betting.
But that's the thing of poker. You don't always have to have something to actually bet.
Well, a lot of the time you play the player, not the card.
That's exactly right. You are playing your opponent, and that's what I love about it. It's, you know, the science of it all, like watching the body language, all of that sort of stuff. That's what I love about poker.
I'd like to find out how many poker players play chess,
Ooh.
because I love the game of chess. It's a thinking game as well. And it just occurred to me, I wonder how many poker players play chess.
Not that many that I've come across, to be honest.
Oh, so,
And so that was a split pot, I'm sorry there, which we did know about when the
we
river
knew
came.
what was going to happen. That's why
That's
we
exactly
were talking.
right. That's right. All right, back to another hand. All right, Gary's got Ace 2 offsuit. Now, Gary hasn't played a hand since, and he does fold again. Playing very tight, very, very tight. Round to Amanda with 8-4 offsuited. Now she's going to fold. Trevor with King Queen offsuited. I'd say Trevor's going to play this. It's
I would-
100,000 to call now. Blinds are up.
I wouldn't be surprised if he raised.
Yeah, actually.
King, Queen, not bad cards in that position.
No, I agree. I agree. Yeah, and that looks like
That just looks like a flat call. to
it
me.
is a call, actually. Okay, and we're around to Chris is folded, and we're around to Gary, who's Ace 8 offsuit, and he's folded. What are people doing with my hand? All right.
You love that ace 8, don't you?
Around to Michael with Queen 3, and he has called the 50,000. And it's up to our big blind, Caleb, with Ace Jack suited. Now, what's he going to do here? Is he going to push?
He's raised it.
Yep,
Yep,
half
yep.
a million, 500,000. So it's 400,000 for the other players to call. So,
Oh, Trevor's call.
yep, King Queen has played. Yep, and Queen 3 is going to fold, I'm assuming.
You would assume so.
Yep, and he's out of there, definitely. So it's heads up. So we've got Ace Jack versus King Queen.
And we are waiting for a flop.
Yeah, so Caleb's got 790,000 behind him, and Trevor's got 1.9. Oh, so the flop is 9-10 Queen.
Okay, so Trevor's hit his queen, but gee, all we need is a king for Caleb to have the straight.
Yep. or a jack for Trevor to have the straight.
Absolutely.
So it's very interesting. So it'll be interesting to see how they play this. So Caleb's first to act. And what's he going to do here? I think he's going to take a stab at it. Yeah, so he's bet 400,000.
Now, Trevor has to call this. I don't see any way he's not going to call it.
Yeah, well, he has hit top pair and he's got a straight draw. So why wouldn't you play it?
I think this is what we said before about Trevor. Trevor likes the...
Yeah,
the
he's gone all in.
likes
he's
to
gone
take
all
his
in.
time and maybe just put the other players off with how long he takes to
Yeah,
make
so
a
the pressure's
decision.
now back on Caleb. It's all in for him to call. So does he risk his tournament life now on a king? 2 8s, an ace.
He's made the raise. I mean, oh gee, this is such a difficult decision. Well, it is for me.
And
No,
he's folded.
He's folded it.
He's folded. And you can read his body language there. He's not happy with that. He's really not happy with
But
that.
he made the correct decision.
Yep. Well, he put the bet out. He started it. Trevor's gone all over the top of him. And Caleb doesn't chase that much. So,
And sometimes you just have to cut your losses, don't you? You have to accept the fact that, look, I've been outdone. Let's get rid of these cards and move on to the
and
next
you're
hand.
not just playing for yourself today.
And
You
that's
are
what makes
playing
this
for
so
your
much
team.
fun. You have responsibility to other people in a poker game.
And that's it. That's what I love about this thing, is that it's not just, although you want to get the best you can, you also want your team to do well. All right, so Chris has woken up with ace-6 suited, and he's going to call. 100,000 to call? Or does he raise to 200,000 there? Yeah, he has raised to 200,000.
Good read on the chips there.
All right,
Gary's
Gary.
folded his king 6.
Yep,
Michael's folded 8-7.
yep, suited. No, offsuit, sorry. Caleb's got pocket 2s. He's going to jam here, I'd say. I'd say he's just going to go all in. That's what I'd do in that position. Little duckies, as they like to call them. Quack, quack.
I suppose after that last hand too, he'd be feeling a bit, do I make a move? I've got to
Well,
make a
the
move.
term that we call is on tilt.
Yes, I wasn't going to use... Hey,
He's
see how wrong
folded
we
it.
were?
He's folded it.
Wow, that really surprised me. I thought, like you, he was going to
I
go
would
all in.
jam with that. But that's okay. That's probably while I'm here and they're actually still playing. All right, Gary's folded his 6-5 suited, so he's continuing his not playing a hand. And round to Trevor with 10-9 offsuit. Now he's going to call the 100,000. So we see a flop. 10 Jack King.
Trevor has hit straight off the bat.
Yep, so Trevor has hit. Just needs a queen for a straight. And Chris is drawing to an ace. Or a queen, sorry, for a straight. So let's see what happens here. So what's going on? So it's up to Chris. It's been checked to Chris. Chris is going to put a bet and take a stab at this.
You know, we say, I said before that Trevor takes a long time to make a decision, but have a look at the size of his chip stack.
And he
Oh.
wins with that ace.
Chris has hit the river.
Yep, and he is going to win that. And did you see Trevor's body language?
Yeah, he wasn't a happy man. All right, folks, time for another commercial break. We'll be back shortly. You're watching Australian Pro Poker. Don't go away.
Okay, welcome back, poker viewers. Frank,
I'm loving this game. I'm loving it.
it is just so exciting. I'm just so excited about the team aspect of this game.
Oh, look at this. Carly.
Pocket aces. What a time to wake up with pocket aces. First to act, what's he doing here? Is he going to...
He just bet the
called.
100. Remember
No, he's raised to 200, so minimum... Interesting, okay. Queen 2's been folded. Around to 8-4's been folded. Gary with King 9's been folded.
Jack 5 is gone as well.
And Trevor, Queen Jack, offsuit, 150,000 to call. What's he going to do here?
He's still stinging after that last hand.
You see, Queen Jack is the sort of hand... You want to see a flop with it, you do.
Wow, he folded that. That was really something.
Round to Chris in the big blind with 10-6. Poor Gary, he's got pocket aces and no one wants... Oh, yep, Chris is called. Okay, so... Wow.
This is unless something dramatic happens, this is Gary's hand.
No, a 3 will give Chris a straight.
That would be dramatic.
It will. Wow. Wow. So, we've had a bet here. And
Chris is going to move.
That's a big raise.
Is that an all-in bet from him?
Wow.
Player 1 checked. Player
Wow.
2 bet 200.
Interesting.
Player
So-
3 then went all in.
I'm confused at the betting. The graphics aren't giving me the correct numbers on the betting, but I see what's happened.
All in and a call.
He's gone all in, and Chris has called him.
Yep. So
Here we go.
3. Oh wow. Trips. Trip aces. And that's
and there
it.
it is. Trip Aces says it all.
Wow. So Chris still survives because he had more chips than Gary, but that was a great double up for Gary. Great double up
Absolutely.
for Gary. Unlucky for Chris.
Chris
Unlucky
has
for
lost a
Chris.
lot of chips there,
Yeah, 690,000. That's a tough one.
but never ever count a poker player out. Low stack in this game sometimes just doesn't mean a thing.
And especially not an APP TD because they are normally exceptional poker players.
Well, let's keep going and see what happens with this game.
All right, let's get to the next hand. All right, so what have we got here? We've got Gary with ace 10 suited, and he's away from the table, so that's instantly folded.
Amanda with king 8, 100k to call, and she's folded.
Yeah, so she folds. So around to Trevor with ace 3 offsuit. Ace rag, is he going to chuck 100,000 in to play this hand? What do you think?
Again, it's the ace 3. I'm not keen on small cards with an ace. They get you in too much trouble.
Yeah, small cards have been coming up on this flop though a lot.
True.
He's folded. Round to Chris with ace 7. Now, is Chris on tilt? He's raised. No, he just called.
Very hard to get a chip count, isn't it, sometimes?
Sometimes it is.
I think it's just a call.
Player 2.
Okay, looks like a few more blues, but we'll see.
No, you were correct. He raised it to 230. Gary's called the 230. Michael, 180k. He'll get out of the way with a 5-3.
5-3, yep. And Caleb with 6-3. I'd say he's going to fold as well. Yep, he's out. And he's having a bit of a chat, saying how he doesn't have any luck at the moment, I'd say. Well, his cards have been pretty bad recently, so.
Yeah.
All right, and the flop 7, king 4.
Chris has hit his 7.
Chris has hit his 7. So, there's 2 10s left in the deck for Gary, because he doesn't want to hit an ace.
Player 1.
Or he could get a queen.
No one wants to bet here.
No, they're playing very nice and check and check and round to Gary. What's he going to do here?
Check.
Queen for a straight. No, he's checked and it's 2.
Player 1.
And
Oh, now both of them are going to be worried the other had the club. No, they both checked. They're just going to see what the cards
yeah,
are.
Ace high.
and Chris wins with his pair of 7s.
Well, there's 610k. He's just clawed back from that last
Yeah,
hand.
so he'd be pretty happy with that. Chris is a very good player though, and he will sit back. He doesn't normally go on tilt like other players do. He sits back, he waits, he raises.
The one thing I've noticed since we've been doing this show is how much the players have improved their style of play. We don't seem to have so many, oh, look, I've got to go and pick the kids up, and I'm all in with 7-2, you know?
Yeah.
That doesn't seem to be happening anymore.
Or the all in blinds and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're back to the action. Amanda's woken up with 8-5 offsuit. 100,000 for her to play, and she's got 1.1 million, so she's actually going to fold that.
Trevor with 9-3, 100k to call. I'm assuming he's going to fold.
Got a stack of 3 million now. It's a lot of chips, isn't
And he's
it?
done all right, hasn't he?
It's a huge amount of chips. So, what's he
And,
going to do?
and again, see how he's taking a very long time to be what I would consider to be an easy fold.
Yep, I agree, but he doesn't want to give anything away, so 9-3 is
all.
folded. Round to Chris with ace 2. Now, he just keeps getting ace rag, doesn't he?
It's one hand after the other.
Yep, this is fold. Queen 3 has folded. 10-2 for Michael has folded. Round to Caleb with ace 3 offsuit. He's a short stack. He's only got 140,000. He's either got to go here. I'd say he's going to go all
He
in.
really has to, doesn't he?
He's just got to, otherwise you get blinded out.
Tell you, I love that hair. I wish I had, well, I did have hair like that actually, but I wish I still had it.
And Gary has got king 6, and it's 90,000 for him to call. You know, Caleb did go all in with his ace 3 offsuit, so Gary's going to call. Heads up, of course you're going to call. And
Ace 3 versus King 6.
Yep.
Let us see a flop.
so let's see this. All right. Ace 3, King 6. So Caleb is in front. No. 7, King 2.
Caleb.
6. And he's gone.
Caleb can't catch a trick.
So Caleb is out. So Frank,
Yes,
on your
yes.
skates.
Okay, read
All right,
the leaderboard.
leaderboard. Trevor 3 mil, Michael 2.6, Gary 1.6, Chris 1.4, Amanda 1.1, and Gary 850,000. See you soon, Frank.
And another one's gone. This is Caleb from Team The Family.
Yeah.
What an unusual name.
Yeah, it's 4 of us, my dad and our mate and his daughter.
Fair enough. Did you have a good game today?
Yeah, it was good. It was good fun. Very long though.
So what happened there on final table?
I took one hand. I had ace jack of hearts, and the flop was not very favourable. And I bet into it, and he caught me out and went all in, and I just couldn't call. So I lost pretty much over half my stack. Then from then on, I couldn't get a hand. It was more or less blinded out.
Unfortunately, that's the nature of the game, isn't it?
That's right.
Caleb, thank you very much for playing. I hope you've enjoyed playing Australian Pro Poker.
Yep.
And will we see you again?
Yes, definitely.
Thank you. All right, back to final table. Well, viewers, I'm sorry to say we've run out of time again. Do you know when we started, final tables used to run for about 40 or 50 minutes? Now they run for 3 hours. Look, come back again next week for the second half of the final table from our team's event, right here at the Sunnybank Bowls Club. We're talking about $5,000 up for grab. I'm Frank, this has been Australia Pro Poker, and I'll look for you on the final table.
Stop it.